Well, creative professionals across the Caribbean, they now have some hope, some light, because C15 Studios Limited, a financial firm designed exclusively to provide the creative industry with cash flow solutions, is here. And this morning I want to welcome Lorraine O'Connor to chat a little bit about C15 Limited, C15 Studios Limited.
Yeah, you could
Good
just
morning,
call
Lorraine.
it. Good morning, Rockers. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
It's nice to have you in studio. We've been chatting over Zoom for quite some time now, so I'm really happy to have you in studio.
Yes, it feels good to be here under the lights, and of course to see Cecilia, who is old. Well,
I know, say
old,
you go way back.
We go way back, a long time friend. Let's not use the word old.
I hear you. All right, so we know that one of the challenges that we face in these here parts when it comes to creatives building and developing their businesses, and not just developing it, but sustaining it as well, is cash flow. Is always investment, is always how I'm going to be able to afford these fantastic ideas that I have. C15 Studios, what is it all about?
So C15 Studios is actually the brainchild of Kerwin Valley from the Aspire Fund Management Group and the KCL Capital Brokers. So these are financial institutions,
right,
and they decided to set up an arm, if you want, of the business, a subsidiary of the business that would facilitate and assist with cash flow solutions for creatives and for the creative sector. So we have identified 15 creative sectors, going from animation to wellness, theater, literature, film and TV, of course,
right,
and across the Caribbean. We are a Caribbean company,
okay,
and the objective is really taking the Caribbean talent and to the world, but at the same time building up the economy and making it sustainable and profitable.
All right, so we want to build it up, we want to make it sustainable, but I mean, as a creative, how do I get access to this?
Well, right, so we just launched our website,
right,
c15studios.com, and we have a contact form there. You can fill it out and write us. Of course, we also explain that there are different levels of investment and different levels of support. So it may not just be an investment, it may be what we call trade financing, where we're helping you accelerate your cash flow by purchasing receivables. So for example, if you have a commitment from a purchaser, we can buy that from you in advance, because sometimes you have to wait, you know, a term to get the money, like 3 months or whatever. So we're looking at different cash flow solutions. So of course, we're not specifically addressing startups in the sense where if you just have an idea. You know, we want a little more substantial, like somebody with actually a business set up, or
so people who already have their things going.
Well, to a point. I mean, I don't mind talking with anybody. You know, I come from a creative background, so I don't want to. I want to give everybody hope, but of course, you know, I'm working with financial experts who are going to look at certain things before they invest.
Well, I was about to say the accountability is always a key factor. So, I mean, I know we have a challenge when it comes to creatives and that aspect of things. So we want money, we want to be able to do things, we have these great ideas, but how do we make it so that these financial people who want to invest in the creative sector, how do we make it palatable for them? How do we make it so that they see the value?
Well, the first thing, exactly what you said, the value. You need to show, well, what is the possible return on the investment?
Right.
How are you going to work to bring that return? What is the term? How long is it going to take? Is it in 3 months are we going to make back the money? 6 months, 9? So those are all in what you call a business plan.
Yeah.
So actually, so if, and it's normal that creatives don't necessarily know how to make a business plan, but there are companies out there who can assist you, be it accountants, be it business firms who are now targeting creatives. I mean, recently I did a seminar with Aegis, I'll give them a plug. So they offer business solutions.
Right.
So they're also individuals who are doing that now on behalf of creatives.
Yeah.
So don't say, I don't know how to do it.
Right. Find somebody who can do it.
Find somebody who could help you.
So I will throw a curveball in and say and ask about, you know, sometimes we don't see the financial return on the investment. So for example, you know, a lot of creatives would focus on doing things that would benefit the culture of the nation, for example, or the spirit of the nation, and say, you know, we in this dire time that we're in, and it can uplift a whole generation of people, but it might not necessarily yield financial rewards.
Yeah.
That means you can't get sponsor, you can't get investment.
No, at all, because actually my belief is that the best thing we have to sell from the Caribbean is that upliftment and joy.
Right.
So that definitely is not something we're going to say no to. And that is where the brilliance of the team I'm working with, because they will look at a project or they will look at a need and say, well, listen, if you tailor it this way or if we address it this way, there may be possibilities to make money.
To make money, okay.
These guys are into making money. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So they will look at it and see how it could benefit not just the community, not just the sector, but also, you know, the financial returns and the individual. Because so often, and as you know as a creative, and I know, like, we don't make real money, you know. It's like we just pay the bills, we never
Barely.
yes, barely cover the cost of an event and so on. So really it's like, and that is also because we don't have the financial savvy,
right.
I think. So what I'm trying to say here is we are hoping to bring that financial savvy to the creative sector.
So you're also going to be working with people to be able to see. So if I bring a business plan to you and it's not going to be making $1 million in 2 years, but I can say that there's value in other forms, and you guys are going to take it and go into it forensically and be able to say, all right, maybe we can adjust this so that there is return on the investment.
Yes, we can definitely look at that and work with you to build that out. If it's a project that we find interesting and with merit, of course, you know.
And I know we spoke about just now barely being able to pay the bills and that kind of stuff as a creative. And in this pandemic, of course, people who would have sustained themselves via live performances, etc., all gone down the drain. How are we getting back this sector with some kind of energy, some kind of juice, some kind of something in it?
Well, I think, you know, believe. Believe that we can do it. Believe in our talent. Believe in our creative reach, you know. I spent a lot of this year actually out of Trinidad in Florida. And I was amazed at the impact Caribbean culture has over there. They respect and pay more for Caribbean culture than we do in the Caribbean. And I mean, we know this because for years, you know, we fight this battle all the time that our stars are more appreciated outside than here. But, you know, at the end of the day, we have to believe, we have to continue to do it. You know, this is what we do. This is our livelihood. So give thanks that they're actually, I mean, I see it as a light, as you said earlier, a light at the end of the tunnel that we've been in, that there are companies willing to invest. And actually, I see that in the future there will be more companies looking to invest in the creative sector because creative potential and also intellectual property is the money of the future. Look at the whole NFT story and all of that. So I think creative and intellectual property are going to like boom. And, you know, there are going to be more companies investing. So as creatives, I tell you, don't give up. This is your time. Don't feel, I know it was a hard time, the pandemic was hard for all of us, you know, but we need to step up, believe in yourself, come back out. Things are going to change. Things are changing already, you know, and take it.
All right, so people, you can head over to C15Studios.com if you want to go, and you can just sign up and so when you go to the website, you sign up and you upload your business plan, you upload your idea. Or how does that part of it work?
Great question. So that is what we call our onboarding forms, and those should be launched in the next week or two. Hopefully by the end of December, we'll have those forms up. In the meantime, we have what we call a contact form. So you could always just send an email to that saying, you know, I would request a meeting, this is my idea, and then we can organize to set up. But definitely we are going to have these onboarding forms that are going to be very detailed, where you'll be able to upload your business plan, your concept, and so on.
Okay. Is there a cap in terms of how much investment we can ask for?
Not really.
Oh?
Well, I mean, everything. No, well, okay. Okay, let me rephrase that. We tailor to the project.
Okay.
All right? So, I mean, I'm not saying there's just money sitting there and no, it's not like that. But we tailor to the need of the project. So I don't want to say there's a cap.
Right.
Because certain projects will, might be X amount and others X. Also, I want to make a point that we are looking at more holistic approach. So it's not about just a one-off.
All right. It seems as though we've lost your mic. Well, no, your mic seems to be we're not hearing you anymore. I don't know why. What happened there? But I do get the gist of where you're going with it. And in terms of the creatives, guys, you know, you're hearing it here for I don't know if it's the first time you're hearing it, if it's not the first time you're hearing it, because I think we spoke about C15 last time you were here as well for a little bit. But I think this is a great step because, of course, creatives in the Caribbean, we have been wanting that financial input for quite some time now. And we are grateful that it's going to be a step in that direction. You want to make your last point if this one is working? Yeah, well, yeah, you were here. They hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, what I wanted to say is that we are also, it's a more holistic approach.
Right.
Like, we don't want to just invest in a one-off. Like, Rokas, if you come to me and say, oh, I have an event, or no, I want to hear about your whole
The long-term
strategy,
plan. Right.
yes,
Okay.
of events.
Okay.
You know, so it's not just a one-off. It's more like a holistic, global approach where we're helping to build you up.
So instead of an event, you want to hear about the company that's doing the events, because you want to hear about all the other things that we can do as well.
Exactly.
Well, you heard it first from Lorraine O'Connor, General Manager of C15 Studios, and you can head over to the website c15studios.com and, you know, send in your contact information, have a nice chat, set up a meeting, and get things started. As a creative, I think it's definitely the way forward. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Lorraine.
Thank you. It was fun. Thanks a lot. Take
Enjoy
care,
the rest
everybody.
of your day. We take a quick
All
break
the best.
and come back with more in our morning show. Stay tuned.